Time and time again, I find myself coming back to this little journal when I feel stuck, when I don't quite know what to do, and I come down to my studio and everything feels a little bit overwhelming. I want to be creative, but I don't really know what I want to work on or where to start. This journal is so helpful for me because it's a very small size and it helps me to feel accomplished. I talk about this time and time again of having that quick win and how important that can be. And it just gives ourselves the confidence and tells our brains that we can do it. And so I can't say that this ends up being my favorite spread in the world, but I did go on to create a couple things after this one, and I felt a lot better about those because I could get into it with this small little warm up. And so I'm using a few different colors here and using paint to get started. I got a couple scribbles going on the page just to kind of get rid of that fear and using my fingers to spread that paint around. Now I'm going to come in with this Stabilo colored pencil, and it's actually water soluble, which is kind of nice. I love the pigment of this, but even just thinking about this, I have such a thing about sounds. It's not a chalkboard sound because it's not squeaking, but even like charcoal and anything that has that chalkiness to it, I cannot stand the way that it sounds, and I get shivers up my spine just talking about it right now. But I forced myself to use it because it's such vibrant, good color out of those. I think they're called Carbellos. I'm probably not saying that right, but all the links are going to be down in the description below for you guys. So I'll make sure to link that one as well. So that's just a weird little fun fact about me. I don't think it bothers most people, but it's what stops me from using some of those like soft pastels and things more is I kind of have to force myself to use them so that I don't have that sound. So I'm collaging just a tiny bit of tissue paper in, and I love tissue paper or deli paper, anything that's translucent because it allows you to build up those layers by still seeing what's underneath. So now with some white gesso, I'm coming in over some of those areas and blending things out a little bit more. I love doing this with my finger most of all when I come back in with white gesso. I feel like I have more control and I don't always like to have the lines that a brush will give you or even a silicone art brush or something like that or a palette knife. So sometimes I like to get in there and really smudge it with my fingers. I think that this page just needs a bit more pop. I really envision this page being brighter than what it is right now, but that first mixture of paint that I did kind of led the direction that this page went, and I'm totally fine with that. Sometimes you just have to go with wherever it takes you. I find it helpful to start with a little bit of an idea, but learning to be adaptable and flexible and just going wherever it takes you is a really strong thing to start developing over time so that we're not so hard on ourselves when it doesn't end up like we want it to. So I'm going around and just adding this into a couple of different places. I had considered on this one adding in a little fabric element. I have some pre-stitched pieces that I like to keep on hand, but it just didn't end up working out for this one. And so I spent a lot more time in between each of these things that I'm doing, just sitting and looking at this because I just struggled with it a little bit more. And so I want you to know that that's normal. I did not do this in the amount of time that the video has been edited down towards. And I think that's a really important thing to realize is it's not always as easy as it looks. I think no matter how much of a seasoned artist you are, you're going to go through struggles and it's not always going to come super flowing out of you, especially if it's been a while since you created. And I know the more that I create, the easier it is for me to get into that flow faster. But life gets in the way, and there's other parts of our life that we have to attend to. So we don't always have as much time for our creative practice as we would like. So go gentle on yourself, be easy on yourself when you feel yourself struggling just a little bit. It's completely normal to feel this way. I'm kind of fiddling, adding a little bit more paint in here. But overall, it's going to stay really simple and easy. And you know what? If you ever don't like what you created, you can close your journal and move on from it. So that is always the joyous part. But I am pleased again that this small journal did for me what I wanted it to do, help me loosen up and get into that flow so I could go work on other things. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope that you have a small journal or some type of exercise or warm up technique that can help you to get into that flow faster when you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed and maybe not so confident in your skills. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.